guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today, we're talking Sophie. That's right, our favorite. The former Countess of Wessex has been promoted to Duchess of Edinburgh. And why is she one of my favorites? Well, I'll tell you, because she was one of the Queen's favorites. And you know how I feel about the Queen. I love her so much. But today, we're talking about how it relates to Meghan. So yesterday, I was reporting on how luckily, Sophie no longer has to curtsy to Meghan because she outranks her. Haha, suck on that, Meghan. But also, I learned another story about how Meghan was not nice to Sophie, so I just wanted to share it. So the Daily Mail put out this article, says, inside Meghan and Sophie's up and down relationship, new Duchess is relieved she won't have to curtsy to Harry's wife after actress, quote, rejected her as mentor in an awkward Commonwealth Day moment. So in case you missed the last video where I explained it, Prince Edward was promoted to Duke of Edinburgh to mark his 59th birthday last week. Thereby, Sophie was promoted to Duchess of Edinburgh. She's shown herself to have a real commitment to public service, to her husband, Edward. She's just generally very much liked. Remember, it was March 2020, Prince Edward and Sophie tried to help smooth the tensions a little bit between the Cambridges and the Sussexes. So this was when Harry and Meghan were living in Canada. They came back for this Commonwealth service. It did not go well. Think pissed at the world, Netflix cameras, you know what I'm talking about there. Anyway, Meghan was sitting there pissed, and look at Harry's face. That says a lot. But there's Edward and Sophie, love them so much, being kind to William and Catherine. So Daily Mail is reporting that a friend of the couple, meaning Sophie and Edward, says Sophie is relieved. She no longer has to curtsy to someone in the family who is not only left royal duties, but has spent the last 3 years criticizing the institution that Sophie works so hard to support. Now, the part of the story I didn't know, and the reason I keep bringing up that Sophie is one of the Queen's favorites, is that the Queen actually handpicked Sophie to try to mentor Meghan. Again, showing all the support that Meghan had and all the opportunities to work within the family and to be successful. And what did Meghan do? Nah, I don't need her. Yeah, so Queen Elizabeth wanted Meghan to make a success of her new role and suggested Sophie as a mentor, but the Duchess of Sussex, quote, wasn't interested. Where Sophie, too, married into the family and has to work hard and has risen up and again become one of the favorites, she thought that Meghan might learn a lot. But, of course, Meghan is a narcissist who thinks she knows everything, so she wasn't interested in that. It's a much more lucrative and creating a victimhood for herself story to say that she wasn't offered any help, that she was fed to the wolves or thrown to the wolves or whatever BS she was peddling. Even though we have it here shown that the Queen was doing everything to help her and even offering Sophie to mentor Meghan. But Meghan wasn't interested. She knew she wasn't going to stick around. Now, it is being reported that Sophie tried to help. She tried to step in and soothe tensions between William and Harry, including after the funeral of Prince Philip, where she's said to have sought out Prince Harry and spoken with him for about 30 minutes. A former aide of Sophie told The Telegraph that she is, quote, made for the role of mediator. They said that's why the Queen's favorite daughter-in-law, she's down to earth and she just gets on with it. So I did some research on Sophie, and Sophie represents over 70 charities, ranging in topics, but she does do a lot of women-focused charities, including gender equality type organizations. So you'd think somebody like Meghan that claims to be a supporter of that type of thing and a philanthropist and an activist and all the other ist words, you'd think Sophie would be the perfect choice, again, to go work with, learn from, be mentored by. But no, Meghan's not interested in that. And while I expect less than nothing out of Meghan, and I'm not even surprised by this, I find it interesting to find even more examples of the way that the palace was truly trying to make it work with Meghan and trying to help her be successful, and she just wasn't interested. Well, guys, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm just enjoying deep diving stories like this. I find it also interesting. I hope you have the best day, and I can't wait to talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.